You've just finished a milkshake. 10 minutes later, your stomach begins to whisper, then growl, then riot. Welcome to the lactose intolerance debuff, the classic dairy betrayal build. Milk is no longer your friend. Cheese is an agent of chaos. Ice cream? A beautiful, creamy landmine. At first glance, this feels like a brutal nerf. Other players can chug milk like potions. You drink half a latte and your body activates emergency mode. But plot twist, you're not the weird one. They are. Lactose intolerance isn't a mutation. It's the original setting. Every other mammal on Earth stops digesting milk after babyhood. That's the default. It's the milk drinkers who are using a weird expansion pack. Thousands of years ago, some humans unlocked a genetic DLC called lactase persistence, which lets them keep drinking milk forever. But that came with trade-offs. Modern lactose-intolerant players often have stronger gut microbiomes, rely on more fiber-rich plant-based diets, and have a lower risk of digestive diseases compared to their milk-chugging friends. You don't need dairy to survive. In fact, your digestive system is optimized for a world before refrigerators and pasteurized cow juice. They're playing on easy mode. You're running the OG survival build. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 20 to gut health, plus 15 to fiber mastery, plus 52 no thanks, I'm good, when everyone orders cheesecake. You walk into a room full of tall people. You can't reach the top shelf. Every group photo puts you in the front. You ask for help at the grocery store and someone pats you on the head like you're a house pet. Congratulations! You've rolled the short height debuff. In the eyes of society, you were nerfed at spawn. People treat height like a status effect. Taller is better, they say, as if adding vertical pixels grants you extra intelligence. But that's just bad patch notes. Being short actually unlocks several hidden advantages. Let's start with the obvious. Short players take less fall damage. Seriously, shorter height, lower center of gravity, better balance. You're harder to knock over and statistically, you live longer. Not kidding. Multiple studies show that short people are less prone to heart disease and other high-score ending debuffs. And that's just the start. Short players have faster reaction times, are better suited for agility-based classes, and have access to real-world meta roles in sports like gymnastics, racing, and martial arts. Need examples? Simone Biles, 4 feet 8 inches, dumped all her skill points into air control and core strength. Yuki Tsunoda, 5 feet 3 inches, small hitbox, elite reflexes, perfect for high-speed racing games. Rey Mysterio, 5 feet 6 inches, maxed out agility and unlocked aerial combat moves most fighters can't even try. Your reach might be limited, but your build is specialized. Let tall people bump their heads on door frames. You're a low-profile, high-performance unit. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 30 to agility, plus 25 to fall resistance, plus 50 to short king energy. You pick up a pen. Smudge. You grab scissors, wrong hand. You sit at a school desk. It's built for someone else. Every tool, every interface, every tutorial, designed for right-handed players. Congratulations. You've rolled the left-handed debuff, a permanent -10 to usability in a right-handed world. It seems unfair, like spawning into a game where the controls are inverted by default. But what if I told you this isn't a nerf? Left-handed players aren't broken. They're running a rare alternate build with hidden bonuses, because being left-handed forces your brain to adapt fast. It trains both hemispheres to communicate better, boosting multitasking, creative thinking, and spatial awareness. Studies show that lefties score higher in divergent thinking, which is basically the creativity stat, and their brains are more flexible, meaning they recover from injuries faster and process problems from more angles. Also, in combat, you're a nightmare. In sports like baseball, boxing, fencing, lefties dominate. Why? Because most opponents are trained to fight right-handers. Your stance, your angle, your rhythm, completely unfamiliar. You're a glitch in the system. Need proof? Babe Ruth, Rafael Nadal, Manny Pacquiao, Lionel Messi, all lefties, all legends. Right-handed players are standard. Lefties, you're the rare boss fight no one's prepared for. Cheat code unlocked, plus 30 to unpredictable movement, plus 25 to creative problem solving, plus 10 to, wait, how do they do that? You walk outside. It's 22 degrees Celsius. Mild, breezy, birds are singing. But your body thinks it's the Sahara. 5 steps in, and your shirt's a towel. You sweat during job interviews. You sweat while eating. You sweat thinking about sweating. Congrats! You've rolled the overheating debuff, an auto-triggered, high-output, socially inconvenient sprinkler system. It feels like a joke. Other people glisten. You leak. But plot twist, sweating isn't a flaw. It's a built-in performance mod. Elite athletes literally train to sweat more, not less. More sweat means better temperature regulation, which means longer stamina, better recovery, and higher output during physical activity. Your body isn't overreacting, it's overprepared. While others are overheating, you're self-cooling in real time. It's like running a gaming PC with liquid cooling. Loud, messy, but powerful. You may not win the beauty pageant, but if we're racing to survive the apocalypse in the desert, you're built for it. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 30 to endurance, plus 20 to temperature regulation, plus 15 to don't hug me, I'm overheating. Your alarm goes off. You don't hear it. Your second alarm goes off. Nothing. Roommates shout, neighbors knock, fire alarm screams, still nothing. You wake up 3 hours later like a Disney princess. Wow, I feel amazing. Congrats! You've rolled the heavy sleeper debuff. Permanent minus 50 to wake up on time, but plus 100 to unconscious loyalty. You've missed classes, appointments, maybe even a flight. You're easy to prank and impossible to wake. People say it's a flaw. Lazy, irresponsible, but is it? Because while light sleepers are waking up to dog barks, door slams, and 3 a.m. TikToks, you're exploring the deepest phase of sleep. And that's where the real buffs happen. Deep sleep equals muscle repair, immunity recovery, memory consolidation, brain detox, literally. Your brain flushes out toxins, repairs neural circuits, and saves everything you learned like an auto backup system. You're not lazy, you're running nightly maintenance. They call it a flaw. Science calls it high-tier regeneration. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 40 to brain recovery, plus 25 to immune strength, plus 50 to, sorry, I overslept energy. Can you see the number in this circle? If you can't, congrats. You've rolled the color blindness debuff. A permanent minus 50 to color coordination, and plus 200 to, wait, you don't see green like that? It seems like an obvious nerf. Traffic lights? Guess and pray. Outfit matching? Dangerous. Board games? Forget it. You're just following shapes and vibes now. But here's what most people miss. Colorblind players see differently, and sometimes that's an advantage. Because when everyone else is distracted by color, you're focused on patterns, contrast, and structure. Your brain doesn't waste energy decoding reds from greens. It just detects form, fast. During World War II, the US military figured this out. They started recruiting colorblind soldiers to spot camouflaged enemies. And guess what? It worked. They saw what others didn't. What most players saw as a visual bug turned out to be a passive perception boost. You're not lacking, you're optimized for seeing through deception. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 25 to pattern recognition, plus 15 to visual clarity under pressure, plus 50 to camouflage detection. You bend your fingers too far. Your elbow? Yeah, that shouldn't do that. Congratulations! You've rolled the hypermobility debuff. Permanent minus 20 to joint stability and plus 100 to freaking people out at parties. It sounds fun, until you sit too long and your knees start whispering threats. Your joints pop more than bubble wrap, and one wrong stretch? Boom. Welcome to Dislocation City. But underneath all that awkward movement and weird pain is a secret build. The Adaptive Acrobat. Hypermobility gives you joints that flex beyond standard limits, and with the right training, that turns into reduced risk of fractures, increased injury resistance, and elite-level flexibility. You're harder to break, literally. While normal joints snap under pressure, yours just bend. Also, your nervous system is more responsive. More sensors equals better body awareness equals faster adaptation. That's why dancers, gymnasts, and contortionists dominate with this trait. You're not fragile, you're fluid. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 30 to flexibility, plus 25 to injury resistance, plus 50 to real-world animation glitching. You walk past a mirror, there it is, front and center. The big nose. Maybe people made fun of it. Maybe sunglasses never fit. Maybe you've Googled nose jobs near me more times than you'd like to admit. It feels like a cosmetic nerf. Too visible. Too permanent. Too nose. But here's the thing. Your nose isn't broken. It's overpowered. Big noses come with bigger nasal passages, which means more airflow, which means better oxygen intake, which means, say it with me, performance boost. Elite runners, fighters, and athletes, many of them have larger noses, not by accident, because high oxygen flow means greater stamina, faster recovery, and better breathing under pressure. And this isn't new. Neanderthals had giant noses, not because it was trendy, but because it helped them survive harsh, cold climates. Their nasal structures warmed and humidified cold air before it hit the lungs. You've got that same evolutionary cheat still running. They gave you a hard time in school, but if the world ever goes full survival mode, you're breathing like a boss while everyone else is gasping. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 25 to endurance, plus 30 to respiratory efficiency, plus 50 to, he's got a big nose but he runs forever. You watch a movie. Someone dies. You cry. You watch a commercial. A dog finds his way home. You cry. You watch someone else cry. Guess what? Yep, you cry. Congrats. You've rolled the overactive emotion processor debuff, permanent plus 50 to tears per minute, and plus 100 to why am I like this? People say you're too sensitive. You take things personally. You feel too much. And yeah, sure, like sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's embarrassing. But buried in this emotional overclocking is a cheat most players never unlock. Because those intense feelings, they're signals. This build gives you enhanced emotional perception, which means you detect changes in tone, expression, and intention way before others do. You read the room like a live dialogue tree. You spot subtle tension. You know when someone's hurting, even when they say, "I'm fine." Studies show that people who feel deeply often have higher emotional intelligence, stronger memory retention, and deeper social bonds. You don't just feel everything, you understand everything, faster and deeper. In a world of surface-level interactions, you're operating at emotional Ultra HD. You're not broken. You're just tuned to full sensitivity. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 35 to emotional awareness. Plus 25 to social intuition. Plus 50 to this Pixar scene destroyed me, but I get people better now. You're just sitting, thinking about dinner. Nothing serious. Then someone looks at you. "Hey, are you okay?" You say yes. They tilt their head. "Are you sure?" Welcome to the resting sad face debuff. Permanent plus 50 to melancholy aura and plus 100 to people thinking you're emotionally damaged. You're not sad. You're not angry. You're just built this way. Your default face looks like you just watched the last 5 minutes of Up. People think you're deep, intense, dramatic. All you did was blink. But here's the buff no one sees coming. Because resting sad face doesn't push people away. It pulls them in. People open up around you. They assume you're thoughtful, empathetic, mysterious. They tell you things they wouldn't tell anyone else. Why? Because you look like you get it, even when you weren't even paying attention. You're not cold. You're low noise, high impact. And when you finally smile, it lands like a critical hit. Cheat code unlocked. Plus 20 to silent empathy. Plus 25 to emotional gravity. Plus 50 to they smiled and I felt that in my soul. In a world full of debuffs and hidden cheat codes, remember, every flaw can be your secret weapon. Embrace your unique build, learn from the glitches, and level up your real-life skills. If these real-life cheat codes helped you see your weaknesses as hidden strengths, hit that subscribe button and share your favorite debuff in the comments. Your next upgrade starts with one click.